The woman was at sea for 7 days and nights due to a shipwreck. Just when he was giving up, he saw an island in front of him. She reached the shore with her last strength. That's how you saved his life. But the island did not appear to be inhabited and the climate was very hot. She searched the entire island for fresh water, but after a long walk she found only a few drops of dew on a leaf, just enough to moisten her lips. Then she lifted a cloth to protect her body from the sun and protect herself from ultraviolet rays. Then she took off her coat and wiped the beads of sweat from her body. She touched the wedding ring on her hand and thought how wonderful it would be to have her husband with her. The sun was setting. She got up and continued on her way, hoping to find a road as soon as possible. Because where there is a road, there is a human being. In the evening, she took some dried twigs and then a handful of dry leaves. He piled them on top of each other and then tried to light them with the lighter, but after many attempts, she was unsuccessful. After resting for a while, she had a great idea. He dismantled the lumbar pillow he had with him. He took out the cotton and placed it on the sex leaves. Then she rubbed it with the lighter stone. Finally, she managed to light a fire. The fire seemed to give him hope. It gave him a sense of security. The next morning, she woke up with a pain. She found that her legs were covered in ants. She got up to clean them, but her legs were covered in bites. She had no choice but to tear off her clothes. Then she bandaged the wound with a piece of cloth. After taking care of her wounds, she continued on her way. But a few days without food or water were about to drain her strength. She wanted to find wild fruits to satisfy her hunger, but she could not find any on this huge island. Finally, she found a coconut tree, but the coconuts were too tall for her. She had no choice but to continue her search until nightfall. Unfortunately, she did not find a single fruit or drop of water. Helpless, she sat down on the ground. She leaned against the tree to rest. But the darkness of the forest was terribly silent. She was afraid that a wild animal might suddenly appear, and with this fear, she slowly fell asleep. The next day arrived. When she opened her eyes, she was almost startled. She saw a poisonous snake crawling over her body. She held her breath and didn't dare to move. Luckily, the snake was just passing by. As soon as she felt safe, she got up and hurried on her way. But the wound on her leg was getting worse. Furthermore, she hadn't eaten or drunk anything for days. Her body had reached its limit. She began to stagger as she walked. In desperation, a white light suddenly appeared before her eyes. And then a man appeared in front of her. She wanted to call for help, but found that she did not even have the strength to open her mouth, so she fainted on the floor. When she woke up again, she found herself lying on a bed. A kind man had salted her. He put some herbal medicine on her leg. The man said that he would take her home when she was cured. The woman thanked the man. She was happy that she had survived with her fortitude.